Mad Catz, the company that you might know for making cheap knockoff controllers. Actually, they probably ended up making good ones, but my experience is different.
Yeah, well,
they are
different.
Going bankrupt.
And closing down. Closing up shop.
Good riddance, right? I don't know.
Nah, I mean,
have fun Mad Catz stories? I know you do, John. You want to tell your fun Mad Catz story?
Well...
And I'm just going to sip my water as you follow your Mad Catz
story. Well, before Mike, did you guys have any stories with Mad Catz?
No, I want to hear your story, John. Your story's important.
Okay. So, my Mad Catz story starts and ends with PlayStation 1. Now, I got... back in the day, the PlayStation 1 was the first actual system you needed a memory card for. And then N64 came out, you need some need the extra memory. So a lot of times you play a game for hours and then realize you need a memory card. Mm-hmm. So I didn't get a memory card with mine. So I ended up going out my first memory card and buying the first one I saw, which was the Mad Catz one. It was a lot cheaper than the normal one. And you don't think, as a kid, you're like, whatever, I got birthday money, I'll spend it on this. And so, anyway, long story short, everything was working fine. Then I start playing Final Fantasy IX. Now, Final Fantasy IX was my first Final Fantasy game I ever played. After hearing how awesome 7 was, how disappointing 8 was, but some people love 8. Anyway, but 9, I was playing it, and I loved it. It was great. I got into the story. I busted my butt getting to the 4th disc. And as soon as I got to the 4th disc...
What happened, John?
My memory card got corrupted. And I blame...
So how do you feel about that, John?
To this day...
Want to talk about it?
And it's been... How old am I?
I don't know.
It's not 2 weeks.
There's no place for math in this podcast.
There isn't.
Let's keep it away.
But it was... Yeah, it was a long time ago. But, yeah... So, ever since then, I never, ever got another Mad Catz product. I mean, I have a Mad Catz controller for PS1. That was my secondary controller for anyone that wanted to play. But, of course, I never really had to deal with it because I was playing with the actual controller. And I always handed that controller off to someone else. So, but, yeah. But apparently, they did make some good stuff up into their
I think timeline. Their Street Fighter... arcade sticks are high quality, so...
Yeah, that was a big one for them. They were doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
Well,
PDP just started doing some fight sticks as well now, though, too.
Yeah. Well, that's, that
is their premium products. They're really...
The fight sticks. Well, I mean, the other thing that Mad Catz does, and a lot of people don't realize with Mad Catz, is they were doing the Triton headsets. Like those expensive, higher-end audio headsets. And, a lot of people are like, buying, I want a Triton headset. I'm like, it's a Mad Catz product, though, right? Like, you can see the box. Mad Catz around the back of it.
Now, for you guys, was Mad Catz something that you also knew to be, like, not as good products? Like, it was eventually something was gonna happen to it.
Well,
I don't think you buy any kind of third-party accessory
expecting it to
last you forever.
Yeah, if it's significantly cheaper, there's gonna be something wrong with it sooner or later.
You pay for what you get.
You pay for what you get, exactly. I mean, I remember that going back to the GameStop conversation, when I was working at GameStop, Mad Catz had an Xbox 360 chat headset.
Right.
But the problem is that the packaging was so tight that as you opened it, you could have broken the headset. It happened to a few customers like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, I told you, spend the extra $3 and go get the other one. Like, it's just this is the way it was, and it's just it's irritating, but it's like it is exactly that. You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
But that being said, I had the 1 year I was gifted a kunai headset, a Tran kunai headset, which was actually fine. It was just a plug into like the PlayStation controller, or plug into the Xbox controller with the adapter, and it just worked. It was just a wired headset. Mm-hmm. I had no problems with that at all, and I was recommending it for a little while because of the price point was really good. So that, no problem. Other people bought Triton headsets. I never had too big of a problem with Tritons themselves, and I don't know if that's because Triton was a separate company that Mad Catz bought, or vice versa, or
could be. Yeah. I know through the years they were buying out a lot of other third-party companies. They were doing quite well. I mean, my story's just old. My story's like PS1 age, but like I said, I was scarred.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would be too. Like, that's the thing. But again, it's exactly that. You pay for what you get.
Yeah.
And for like even like the other additional controller, it's like you're handing it off to your friend. So you got your core, and that's the idea of it too, is that you have your core controller that you got with your system, and this controller somebody's going to use every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's not like an everyday thing.
Right.
So for something like that, I say, yeah, sure, why not get the cheaper one? Because in the long run, it's not going to cost you that much money.
Exactly.
It's not going to cost you that much money to replace it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I thought. And then my memory card got corrupted, and guess what? I never beat Final Fantasy IX.
Yeah.
It was so heart-shattering. I got to the 4th disc, and that's not easy to do back then. And it just destroyed me.
I think we've got to do that now. You want to just turn this off? Let's do Final Fantasy
right now.
We'll live stream Final Fantasy 9 until John beats it.
We should do that.
That's a night.
I kind of want to do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's like a 40-hour game, isn't it?
Clear
40-hour nights.
Clear your damn schedule.
40-hour nights. Again, this is why we don't do math.
Now, if anyone could make time, it's Jonah.
Well, Jonah signed himself up for your live stream of Final Fantasy 9.
So 40 hours a night.
Yeah, 40 hours a night. So he's going to be here. So
I think if we go to Alaska and time it just right, we will get our 40 hours a night. But, Jonah, any Mad Catz stories for you?
I never really bought controllers aside from the ones I got in the console. But when I went over to my friend's house when I was younger, I'm not sure if it was Mad Catz, but it was an off-brand controller. And it's, the analog stick was slightly off-center. And it was...
Yeah. You threw it at the wall once, it just shattered.
The right trigger spring may not be too springy.
And the button sometimes just stuck down.
Yeah.
It's just...
I think there was turbo buttons on mine, too.
That was a gimmick.
And they never... like, what were they going to do? There was no... They didn't do anything. Like, I push it, and the game would laugh at me.
It went turbo. You didn't see it? You got like an additional 5 frames that you didn't know you needed.
Just gotta click it. Just gotta click it. It goes turbo. You want to see it do it again?
You need to buy the other
I don't know how you make a wired connection faster wired connection, but sure, yeah, it's definitely turbo.
Imperceptible.
It made the light turn and start blinking real fast.
I mean, it's obviously better.
Is that what that was?
That's what Xbox Scorpio is going to be. It's going to have a light that flashes faster and call it a turbo mode.
Xbox Scorpio is being made by Mad Catz.
It's not being made by Mad Catz. That is not true.
This is true fact.
No, it's not.
April Fools later.
Yeah.
But, so they ended up, I guess, buying out or whatever.
Buying different companies.
And then
there's a couple other companies.
I think what they decided to do some rock bands.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Harmony.
Did
I say Harmony?
No.
They were in Harmony.
Mad Catz did all the instruments for the Rock Band. Even the newest Rock Band accessories were made by Mad Catz.
Right.
Yeah.
They outsourced that.
Unfortunately,
everybody was expecting Rock Band to make a big comeback, and it just didn't.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, that time has sailed. At the end of the day.
Yeah, because you have Guitar Hero, and then you have the Rock Band, which gave everything. Like it was the first with all the systems, which is a big thing until Guitar Hero said, "Hey, we can do that too."
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when you're putting all your chips into one thing, it's not going to last forever. Jonah, you were saying Rock Band 4 did really
Rock
bad.
Band 4 did really poorly, and they laid off 36% of their staff because of that.
Pretty much immediately after.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were laying off for a while now too, right?
I think that was the 4th time in 5 years they laid people off.
At Harmonix?
No, at
Mad Catz.
Oh, Mad Catz, okay.
The only cat that couldn't land on her feet.
Yeah.
But yeah, with accessories, like...
That's a new slogan.
That's right.
It takes, like, I don't know, for me, like, for accessories just in general, it's like, I have to, like, test it out. And the thing is, like, with accessories, like, you buy it, you have 30 days to return it most times, even if it's opened. So, like, within 30 days, you need to get a very good understanding of, is this thing going to work or not for the length of time. There's been so many times I've bought headsets and tried it out, and I'm like, this just isn't what I want, and I've had to return it.
Well, you look at, like, controllers and other things, you have a brand that does test studies to make the thing perfect for the time. And then you have the third-party companies throwing out, hey...
Get it out there.
It looks similar, but whatever. Like, I remember a controller similar looking to the PS1 controller, but it had air vents in it. Yeah. Like, you would plug it in. Like, there's an extra controller you had to plug in, and then it would fan, so your hands wouldn't get sweaty. But the thing was so bulky, and everything was so stiff on it. It's like, why would you want to play it?
I don't know.
It's just...
I don't know why you did that to yourself, John.
Why?
I don't know.
Why do I do it?
Fell for the packaging on the box.
I feel that
I never bought it.
Idea.
Never bought it, though. I played it.
You should get it. Again, I want that.
I want it. Sounds genius.
But some other companies that, like, when it comes to accessories that, like, I feel like have kind of fallen off. Obviously, Mad Catz has been, like, not a huge
they're doing
for a
well.
long time. But no, like, Turtle Beaches, like, to me, I've had a ton of different Turtle Beach headsets. There was a time where, like, headsets were, like where women had shoes, I had video game headsets type of a deal.
Big closet full.
Yeah. So I had, like, a ton of headsets, and it was always about trying to find the right features, but with the Turtle Beach headsets, there's always just something that wasn't working. Whether it be, like, a buzz in the ear cup, whether it be disconnecting through Bluetooth or whatever the wireless connection might be. Like, I just always had some sort of problem that just broke my experience.
Yeah, and I lucked out with Turtle Beach because I had a good one. It was
they were wired, right?
It was wired, yeah.
And I was gonna say that, like, the wired is probably your best bet for a lot of headsets because it's just a connection to the console or connection to the controller.
Yeah.
There's no battery you have to worry about. There's no disconnection you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about other wireless signals in your house.
Mm-hmm.
So the wired ones, I find, like, the PX22s, this one.
That's what I had,
Yeah. I had the same ones. I have no problems with those either, but they were wired.
Yeah.
So my recommendation for something like that, the wire, if you can, stay wired, but for me, like, I sit too far away from my TV and I don't want a giant wire going across my living room
Death
floor.
trap. It's fine. Your son won't mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another thing with anything these days. That's why I kind of stick to wired, especially if I'm doing third party. Like anything, even with just computer keyboards.
Yeah.
I've had some wireless keyboards that took almost an hour to sync up, and yeah, it's ridiculous. But that's another thing. And I mean, Jonah, do you have any third party besides Mad Catz that you remember?
What headset are you using now?
I'm using the PlayStation Gold headset.
Yeah, those are good quality headset.
They work fine.
It's the hinge.
Yeah, it's really poorly designed. It's just opening it every now and then it's gonna. Mine actually cracked because it's plastic.
The plastic hinges.
Yeah, so you had to tape that.
And the same thing happened with my Gold headset. The hinges broke and it was just done, and I had to go hunting for a new headset. Luckily, I found a decent one because I was going for the Platinums, but they kept disconnecting on me, so I returned the Platinums and got this awesome Lucid Sound headset from GameStop, the LS30s. I highly recommend them. They have a lot of features that I like, and the design is great. And it has, like, the metal frame. There's a ton of cool stuff with it. If you can, go look it up on Amazon or GameStop. The LS30s Lucid Sound gaming headsets, completely wireless. I've had no problems with them. And I am a headset fanatic. And we don't get a cut. But I am a headset fanatic, and I've been ranting and raving, and these guys will tell you about this darn headset.
Shut up.
See?
We should get a cut.
But check those out if you're looking for a decent headset. They're about 150. GameStop had them with a coupon if you're a Power Pro member for like 100.
See, I think for me, the cutoff is a year. If it lasts more than a year,
got your money's worth.
Then you got your money's worth. It depends on how much you pay, of course. I mean, if you spend over $100 or $200, you want more than that. You want to have it for a while.
Well, that's what I'm like worried about, like buying an Astro headset and they like break after 6 months. I mean, I know Astro's like very, very high quality, and eventually I feel like I'm going to get it, but at the same time, like, do I really want to spend $300 something on a headset?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Going back to the third party is you want to save that buck, but then that's it. Like that, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially now with controllers, like some controllers, what, at $60 now?
Yeah, base price is probably about $60 for first-party controllers.
Yeah, so you want to save
$70 if you're a Switch owner. Why? I don't know.
Maybe they'll make some good third-party for Switch because they got to be cheaper.
Well,
they need the Switch connect or the Amiibo connection though. That's the thing. I guess you don't need them, but
they need to do a better job on their actual own product before they start allowing third parties to come in.
Why is that, John?
Because you don't want a memory card. You're just that Ganon, right?
I thought you were talking about the Switch warping.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
He's still traumatized.
Yeah, apparently Switch docking systems end up warping your system, your Switch,
heat.
Because of the heat.
There's no ventilation on the dock, probably.
Well, no, I don't know. I don't know much about the dock. I never saw it up in person, but if you look at it, it does look like there's no.
It fits kind of firmly.
Yeah, and then you're playing for hours or whatever it is, and then eventually it's gonna start warping. Because of the.
See, this is why I canceled my pre-order.
Just play 10 minutes at a time. You're fine. You know, just don't take it out when you're done. Just put it down.
It's like
don't leave it in.
It's like when
you're
you're
good.
Don't leave it in.
Don't leave it in.
Yep, definitely don't leave it in.
What system tells you like every 20 minutes? You guys. Shame.
Keep talking, John. You're making it awkward.
I'm just gonna have complete silence now and just
Okay, Mad Catz.
Mad Catz.
just
9
stare.
lives, but they all lost them.
So the Mad Catz, they're going out. Careful with what accessories you buy.
Yes, they're probably
check reviews. Listen to your friends. Try them out if you can.
Yeah, I mean, it's Mad Catz is. I'm sure they just been around for ever. I mean, 2000. They've been around before that. Even I think even just starting out. But
yeah, if you're getting a Mad Catz PS1 memory cards, way before 2000.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't even know when the years.
But
came out, but
it's be careful out there. Wear protection.
Yeah, and hopefully, like I said, there's other companies that are going to probably take its place. Like there is PDP, there is Turtle Beach, but only does headsets. There's a few accessory companies out there, but there's not that many anymore.
Well, my point with the whole everything's getting more expensive is you can spend like $115 on a Turtle Beach, but then if you really want quality, you have to spend like $500 on something these days that's going to really be reliable. Wireless if you want it to be. You know, that's something you're going to know. Like I bought this is actually going back a few years, but I bought like a $300 Sennheiser wireless headset, like surround sound. It's like I'm sitting in a movie theater while I'm listening, and I can wear these things for like hours, and they're so comfy. But would you want to spend $300?
Yeah, I guess that's a question you gotta ask yourself.
On something, because it's gonna last. But then again, you never know.
You never know.
And with headsets, a little fickle.
I know.
Jonah knows, but he won't tell us because he's selfish.
I'm sponsored.
So
not sponsored.
But guys, what do you think of this Mad Catz not landing on its feet and crumbling? Do you guys have any stories about it? I know they came out with some pro controllers or pro mouses. Gaming mice. But I heard some did pretty well. But what do you guys think? I mean, I haven't touched a Mad Catz in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing was trying headset for me.
And Jonah just doesn't touch cats. Mad Catz.
Cats are my favorite.
He likes nice cats.
Cats are the best.
So, but guys, let us know.
I guess you could say Mad Catz ran out of its 9 lives.
We didn't fall on its feet yet, right?
We did.
We already did that.
We did that one.
We did that one.
Scratch that one off the
keep doing list. What else is there?
Well, thanks for listening up to this day, guys, because we really appreciate it.
Pause off the third-party controllers.
So I guess we'll catch you never because everyone just quit.